Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're digging into something lots of you in the RC world see everywhere.
Yeah.
Flysky radios and those DSServos or Annimos servos.
Yeah, they're kind of hard to miss these days, aren't they? Especially if you're looking at budget builds or upgrades.
Exactly. We've got this report looking at why these budget Chinese brands have gotten so popular. So, the mission today, figure out what's driving their success.
It's a really interesting look at market disruption, actually, how they've managed to gain such traction against, the established players.
Let's kick off with Flysky then.
Yeah.
They seem to be all about bringing advanced features down to, well, prices that don't make your eyes water.
That's a big part of it. They've got this huge range, right? From the entry-level stuff, like the FSGT5 everyone knows, all the way up to the really quite fancy Noble series like the NB4.
And even that GT5 is not exactly basic, is it? We're talking, what, 20 model memory?
Yep, 20 models, plus endpoint adjustment, sub-trim, dual rates, expo, the works, really. And often bundled with that gyro receiver, the FSBS6.
The one with SBC, the stability control.
That's the one. Plus spares are cheap. So if you have like 5 cars, you don't need 5 expensive radios.
Makes sense. And the Noble series, that's their higher end play.
Yeah, that's where you see their newer AFH DS3 protocol. Lower latency, which racers care about.
Oh, okay. Faster response.
Faster response, color touch screens, more channels, sometimes dual batteries, fancy stuff. Competing more directly with the big names.
And the price gaps are pretty stark, right? A GT5 bundle might be, say, $80 compared to like a Spectrum DX5C, which is maybe $150 just for the transmitter.
Exactly. Even the Noble NB4 plus pay, maybe $300, $350, often packs more features than, say, a Futaba 4PM around the same price.
Wow.
And don't forget receiver costs. Flysky receivers are like $10 to $40. Spectrum or Futaba receivers can easily be $40, $60, $70 plus.
Right. That adds up fast if you run multiple cars. Okay, so price is aggressive. How's the actual performance? You mentioned the protocols.
So the GT series uses AFH DS2A. It's generally considered fine for bashing, crawling, good enough range, maybe not lightning fast for racing.
But the Noble series, with AFHDS3, is targeting racers.
Yeah, they claim very low latency, like under 3 meters sometimes, though maybe closer to 13 meters officially. Definitely faster. Better frequency hopping, too.
And using them. The GT5 interface is okay.
It's a graphical LCD. Mostly intuitive, but binding or figuring out some settings from the manual can sometimes be a bit less clear. Mixed feedback on the SBC gyro, too.
But the Noble's touchscreen is easier.
Oh yeah, much slicker. Easier to program models, adjust mixes, gyro settings, very modern feel. Some small complaints about screen brightness or sounds, but generally well received.
So GT for budget basher scrawlers, Noble pushing into racing.
That seems to be the pattern. Noble's ergonomics and features are winning people over, even serious racers.
Okay, what about holding up over time? Reliability, build quality.
The GT series can feel, well, a bit budget sometimes in the hand. The Noble generally gets praised for a more solid build.
Any common failure points?
Some reports of GT5 throttle pot swearing, occasional signal loss. Early Noble firmware had some bugs, apparently fixed now, but overall, lots of people report decent long-term use. You maybe trade off some immediate, direct support compared to established brands for that lower price.
Gotcha. Okay, let's switch gears to servos, DSServo and Annimos. So DSServo makes them, Annimos sells them.
Pretty much. Don1 DSServo Technology is the manufacturer. Annimos is just one prominent brand you see selling them, especially on Amazon or eBay. Lots of others rebrand DSServos too.
And they're known for high torque on a budget, like the DS3218, 3225, 3235 models.
Exactly. Big torque numbers advertise 20 kilograms, 25 kilograms, 35 kilograms, often with metal gears, digital control, waterproof claims. Perfect specs on paper for bashers and crawlers.
And the prices, again, is the big hook. Under $20 for a 20-kilogram servo, that's way less than, say, a Sabox.
Oh, massively less. A comparable Sabox might be $50, $55. Even comparing the higher torque DS3235 to something like a Power HD, the DSServo is significantly cheaper.
But do they actually deliver that torque, and how's the speed and accuracy?
The million-dollar question. The report suggests actual torque can be lower than advertised sometimes. Like the DS3218 might test closer to 14, 16 kilograms. But, crucially, users often find even that actual torque is plenty for what they paid.
So, good enough for the money.
Often, yeah. Speed is okay for bashing or crawling, not super fast unless you get the pro versions. Accuracy and centering, maybe not perfect. You hear about some slop, which is why they're generally not recommended for serious racing.
And the waterproofing. Does it hold up?
Seems to, mostly. People report using them in wet conditions, even submerging them without immediate issues. Maybe add extra grease just in case.
Reliability seems like, well, a gamble.
It's very mixed. You get tons of people saying, best servo for the money, way better than stock RTR servos, surprisingly tough. But you also hear about dead-on arrival units, early failures, glitching, stripped gears. It's kind of reliability roulette.
But they often have metal gears and stuff.
Yeah, copper, aluminum, or sometimes steel gears, CNC aluminum middle case, dual ball bearings. The build looks decent for the price. It's just the consistency that's maybe questionable.
So people just buy spares because they're cheap.
That seems to be a common strategy. If one dies, grab another for $20. The counter-argument is whether a premium servo would actually be cheaper in the long run.
And like Flysky, they're mostly online. Amazon, AliExpress, etc.
Primarily. Very easy to get hold of online, which lowers the barrier. You don't see them as much in traditional local hobby shops. Bypassing distributors likely helps keep those prices down.
Okay, so bringing it all together, Flysky and DSServo Annimos.
Yeah.
What's the core reason for their success?
It really boils down to a value proposition, doesn't it? Flysky gives you a ton of radio features for less money. DSServo gives you high advertised torque and decent enough performance for dirt cheap.
Plus, easy access online.
Definitely. They nail that good enough factor for specific users, bashers, crawlers, budget builders, combined with super easy accessibility and disruptive pricing.
Right. So here's a final thought for you listening. Think about how that trade-off plays out for you. That balance between saving money up front versus potential long-term reliability or maybe slightly less performance. Where do you draw the line? Not just in RC, but maybe with tools, electronics, other hobbies. Are you willing to play that reliability roulette for big savings, or do you always lean towards the premium option, hoping for guaranteed quality? Something to chew on. Thanks for diving deep with us today.